Good morning, everybody. I'm happy to be with you this morning, and I have a story to tell. It's called Coco's First Day of School. Once upon a time, there was a kid named Coco. Coco had rosy cheeks and bouncy brown curls and bright eyes that were always watching the world around them. Coco was an only child. They lived with their grandpop in a little house at the edge of town, and Coco and their pop loved each other a lot. They weren't perfect. Some days one of them would be in a grumpy mood, or someone would get frustrated with someone else, but most days they just practiced loving each other. They would say out loud things they appreciated about one another. They would remind each other that they cared about one another. They would encourage each other, and they would look out for the folks in their town and think about ways to give of their time and hearts. And maybe more than anything else, they were very good at listening to one another. Coco didn't go to school when they were young. They were homeschooled, which was just fine to Coco. School with Pop meant the park down the street was a classroom, and so was the garden and the museum in the city nearby. Coco and Pop would do research projects at the library, and they would interview people in town about what work they did for a living. But then, just after Coco's 11th birthday, Pop had an accident and broke his hip. He was okay, but the doctors said he would be in a wheelchair for quite a while as he healed, and he would have to do a lot of therapy to get better. Pop decided it would be best for Coco to go to school. Pop was laying in his bed when he told Coco this plan, and he could tell Coco was kind of nervous about the idea. "I don't know how to be around other kids, Pop. How will I know what to say? How will I know what to ask?" Pop smiled. "Coco," he said, "I know you will do just fine. But I'm going to give you something very special just to be sure." And Pop reached out and opened his hand, and in the middle of his silky palm there was a piece of thin glass curved like a C. "Take this," he said, "and wear it on your ear. No one will ever notice it's there. But this ring does something very special. When you wear it, you can hear the true heart of anyone around you. And if you know someone's true heart, then you will know just how to be with them." Well, Coco was amazed that Pop had such a magical thing. The next morning, Coco woke up, got dressed, slipped the glass ring around their ear, and headed off to school. Sure enough, that ring was something special. The second Coco walked into class, they could tell that the teacher was kind and patient. Coco listened to the kids, and in math class, they could tell the boy in the chair next to them was feeling confused. Coco scooted closer and showed him how to solve the problem, and the kids smiled. At lunch, Coco listened to the chat at the table and figured out that one of the kids was sad. Coco found a minute during recess to ask that classmate if they were okay. They confessed that their dog had just died. But they looked at Coco and said, "Thanks for asking and for checking on me. It feels good to tell someone." Then, toward the end of the day, Coco caught up to a girl from class that had shared a book report about horses. Coco could tell how much she loved horses when she was sharing the report, and so Coco had decided to give her a small horse figurine that had been clipped to Coco's backpack. Her face lit up like the sun when she saw that little figurine. After school, Coco ran most of the way home. They came bursting into the house calling Pop's name. "I can't believe you gave me this amazing magic ring, Pop." All day, I could hear people's true hearts. I just knew how to be with them. Pop was sitting up in his bed, but he looked a little bit worried. "Coco," he said, "I have to confess something to you. That glass ring, it isn't magic at all." "I don't understand," said Coco. "Well," said Pop, "I thought you might be worried about going to school, and I felt bad that I couldn't be there, and I wanted to give you something to help you feel brave. But Coco, you never needed any help at all. You have always been such a good listener, and when you take time to listen to people, that's all you need to hear their true hearts loud and clear. Coco looked at the ring and up at Pop for a moment. They felt a little embarrassed that they believed the ring was magic. But then they thought about the day. They thought about how they had paid special attention to what they were hearing because of that ring. They thought about how it reminded them to really listen. And they thought about the smiles of the new friends they had made. "Thanks for telling me, Pop," Coco said. "And thanks for giving me the ring, too. I think it really did help today." Coco gave their grandpop a really big hug and headed to the kitchen to make a snack. They never wore the ring after that, but they kept it on a shelf to remember that listening, it's a pretty magic thing. I miss you all. I hope you're doing good. I can't wait to see you.